Forget everything the mainstream media has ever told you about the African continent. Beyond the standard tourist trails and the typical wildlife documentaries lies a completely hidden world of staggering wealth, fortress-like mega mansion estates, and ultra-exclusive billion-dollar local economies. South Africa is officially home to more millionaires and billionaires than any other country on the continent. But this money isn't spread evenly across the nation. Get ready to see a side of the Rainbow Nation you never knew existed. We begin our countdown in a place where extreme, untamed wealth meets the extreme, untamed wilderness. Coming in at number 9 is Mbombela, formerly known as Nelspruit. Located in the lush Mpumalanga province, you won't find towering glass skyscrapers or massive stock exchanges here. Instead, the incredible wealth in Mbombela is hidden deep within the African bushveld, guarded by electric fences and private security forces. This city serves as the primary gateway to the world-famous Kruger National Park. And because of this strategic location, it has quietly transformed into a massive playground for international billionaires, royalty, and local tycoons. The local economy here is driven by two massive, highly profitable pillars: high-yield agriculture and ultra-luxury safari tourism. The agricultural sector is a gold mine, or dominated by massive export-driven farms producing macadamia nuts, avocados, and citrus fruits that supply high-end supermarkets across Europe and Asia. But the real glamorous money lies in the surrounding private game reserves, like Sabi Sands. Here, you will find lodges like Singida and Londolozi, where a single night's stay can easily cost upwards of $3,000 to $5,000 per person. These aren't your average tourist campsites. They are 6-star, hyper-exclusive luxury properties featuring private temperature-controlled plunge pools, personal butlers, world-class wine cellars, and private helipads. Consequently, Mbombela itself has experienced a massive real estate boom, characterized by the development of exclusive gated eco-estates. Extremely wealthy individuals from the chaotic northern cities are moving their families here. It's building sprawling architectural masterpieces that blend modern concrete and glass seamlessly with the natural rock and forest environments. The nearby Kruger Mpumalanga International Airport frequently sees a lineup of Gulfstream private jets flying directly in from London, Dubai, and New York. They bring in the global elite who want to experience the raw, primal power of the African wild without sacrificing a single ounce of 5-star bespoke luxury. The demand for premium lifestyle estates here has driven property prices through the roof, creating a microeconomy of high-end interior designers, luxury car dealerships, and bespoke concierges catering exclusively to the 1%. Mbombela proves that in South Africa, you can live in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by lions and elephants, thus while enjoying a lifestyle that rivals the wealthiest suburbs of Los Angeles. Moving down to the spectacular southern coastline, known as the world-renowned Garden Route, we find our number 8, the impeccably maintained city of George. If Mbombela is about wild safaris and agricultural empires, George is about manicured perfection, pristine golf courses, and absolute, uncompromising security. Over the past decade, South Africa has witnessed a massive economy-shifting trend known as semigration, where the ultra-wealthy completely abandon the sprawling, congested, and often dangerous megacities in search of safety, clean municipal administration, and an elevated lifestyle. George has been the ultimate, undisputed winner of this massive wealth migration. Today, George is widely recognized as the undisputed golf and lifestyle estate capital of Africa. Its booming economy is heavily anchored by ultra-exclusive, all closed-off communities that function like independent mini-cities. The absolute crown jewel of this region is the legendary Fancourt Estate, a sprawling, highly militarized gated community that features 3 world-class Gary Player-designed golf courses, including the Links, which is often ranked as the #1 course in the country. Inside these high, electrified walls, you will find multi-million-dollar mansions, private health spas, equestrian facilities, and a lifestyle that completely insulates its elite residents from the economic realities of the outside world. The wealth in George is distinctly quiet money. It is comprised of wealthy retirees, international expats, often referred to as swallows who fly down from Europe to escape the northern winter, and high-net-worth tech CEOs who now manage their empires remotely. Because of this massive influx of capital, the city's infrastructure is incredibly robust. The streets are impeccably clean, the private schooling options are elite, and the private medical facilities are world-class, designed specifically to cater to an aging, extremely affluent population. The local George Airport is constantly expanding its private hangar capacity to accommodate the growing fleet of private aircraft. Visually, George offers a staggering, breathtaking contrast for any visitor or resident. The imposing dark green peaks of the majestic Otaniqua Mountains look down upon perfectly green, endlessly rolling Gulf fairways and luxury homes, with the warm waters of the Indian Ocean just a few minutes away. It is a city meticulously engineered for peace of mind, proving that in modern South Africa, safety, stability, awe and exclusivity have become the ultimate luxury commodities that money can buy. Continuing our journey along the spectacular southern coastline, we arrive at number 7, the breathtaking town of Hermanus. Located in the Western Cape, about 2 hours from Cape Town, Hermanus is globally recognized as the whale-watching capital of the world. But beyond the majestic marine life, this town has quietly evolved into one of the most exclusive and expensive coastal enclaves on the entire African continent. Hermanus is the ultimate refuge for old money and European billionaires who demand absolute privacy, pristine nature, and unparalleled ocean views. The real estate market here is staggeringly expensive, driven by a complete lack of available land between the towering mountain ranges and the crashing Atlantic Ocean. This geographical constraint has turned the town into a hyper-exclusive playground, where the demand for luxury properties far outstrips the supply. The true wealth of Hermanus is concentrated in elite suburbs like Voelklip and along the famous Cliff Path. Here, you will find architectural marvels, massive multi-level mansions built directly into the rugged cliff faces. These properties feature floor-to-ceiling reinforced glass walls, allowing their billionaire owners to watch southern right whales breaching in the bay directly from their heated infinity pools. The town's economy is uniquely tailored to cater to ultra-high net worth individuals. Just behind the town lies the Hemel en Aarde, which literally translates to the Heaven and Earth Valley. This area is home to Boutique, all world-class wine estates producing some of the most expensive Pinot Noir and Chardonnay in the Southern Hemisphere, complete with private helipads for guests who prefer to fly in for an afternoon lunch. During the summer months, Hermanus experiences a massive influx of swallows, wealthy Europeans from Germany, the UK, and Switzerland, who migrate south to escape the freezing northern winters. They bring with them a massive injection of foreign capital, supporting a local economy filled with high-end contemporary art galleries, bespoke jewelry boutiques, and gourmet oceanfront restaurants. Despite the insane concentration of wealth, the vibe in Hermanus remains remarkably understated and discreet. There are no flashy nightclubs or ostentatious displays of new money. Instead, it offers a sophisticated or deeply insulated lifestyle where the global elite can walk their pedigreed dogs along pristine blue flag beaches in total anonymity. It is a town where millions of dollars are spent to achieve the illusion of a simple, quiet fisherman's life, heavily guarded by invisible layers of elite private security. Stepping away from the ocean and heading deep into the economic heartland of the country, we find our number 6, Pretoria. While Cape Town boasts the flashy coastal lifestyle, and Johannesburg is the loud, unapologetic financial hub, Pretoria holds something far more formidable: absolute political and diplomatic power. As the executive capital of South Africa, Pretoria is the seat of the national government and hosts the second largest number of foreign embassies in the world, trailing only behind Washington, D.C. This intense concentration of political influence has created a unique, highly secure, and staggeringly wealthy microeconomy that operates completely under the radar. The wealth in Pretoria is heavily concentrated in fortress-like, ultra-exclusive suburbs such as Waterkloof, Brooklyn, and Linwood. These neighborhoods are characterized by wide, sweeping avenues famously lined with tens of thousands of jacaranda trees, which erupt into a canopy of vibrant purple flowers every spring. But hidden behind this picturesque leafy exterior is an astonishing level of wealth and security. The mansions here are colossal, serving not just as homes, but as heavily fortified compounds for international ambassadors, powerful cabinet ministers, and deeply entrenched mining billionaires who secure massive government contracts. You will frequently see convoys of blacked-out, bulletproof luxury SUVs, the infamous blue light brigades, navigating the streets, escorting VIPs from their palatial estates to the historic Union buildings. The real estate market in Pretoria's elite enclaves is practically immune to national economic downturns, perpetually propped up by foreign capital and massive diplomatic housing budgets. In Waterkloof, properties command astronomical prices, featuring sweeping views of the city skyline, private tennis courts, and security systems that rival military installations. The lifestyle here is distinctly elite and heavily private. Socializing happens behind the closed doors of exclusive country clubs, such as the Pretoria Country Club, or within the hyper-secure walls of ambassadorial residences during lavish, invitation-only diplomatic banquets. There is also a massive concentration of top-tier private schools and elite universities, making it a generational stronghold for the country's oldest, most connected families. Pretoria proves that true wealth doesn't need to scream for attention. It operates quietly in the shadows of political power, heavily armed, impeccably dressed, and completely untouchable. Returning to the pristine coastline of the Garden Route, we arrive at a destination that defines the absolute pinnacle of African summer luxury. At number 5 is Plettenberg Bay, affectionately known by the elite simply as Plet. If you want to see where the mega-rich of Johannesburg, along with European aristocrats and Hollywood celebrities, go to spend their money, this is the ultimate destination. Plettenberg Bay is frequently referred to as the Riviera of South Africa, and for a few weeks every December, it boasts the highest concentration of millionaires and billionaires anywhere on the African continent. It is a town built entirely around the concept of unadulterated pleasure, high society, and the extreme, unapologetic display of wealth. At the epicenter of this financial explosion is a specific stretch of real estate known as Beachy Head Drive. Often dubbed Millionaire's Row, this road runs parallel to the pristine white sands of Robert Beach. The properties here are nothing short of architectural masterpieces. Massive, multi-level glass and steel villas designed by award-winning international architects. What makes this wealth truly staggering is that houses on this strip can sell for tens of millions of dollars, yet they remain completely empty for 11 months of the year. They are simply summer holiday homes, used for a few weeks to host lavish, Great Gatsby-style parties before being locked up again. During the peak season, the local airport is packed wing-to-wing with private jets. And the bay itself fills up with multi-million-dollar super yachts dropping anchor in the crystal-clear, turquoise waters. But the luxury in Plettenberg Bay extends far beyond its stunning blue flag beaches. Just inland, the town is surrounded by sprawling, hyper-exclusive polo estates, such as the Kurland Estate. Here, the elite gather in their designer summer wear to watch high-stakes polo matches, sipping imported French champagne while thoroughbred horses gallop across perfectly manicured fields. The local economy is entirely dependent on this high-end demographic, featuring world-class seafood restaurants, boutique designer clothing stores, and highly exclusive beach clubs that charge exorbitant entry fees just to keep the general crowds out. Plettenberg Bay represents the ultimate financial flex. It is a visually breathtaking paradise where money is absolutely no object, offering a lifestyle of super yachts, polo ponies, and cliffside infinity pools that easily rivals the most exclusive, sun-drenched enclaves of Monaco or Saint-Tropez. Leaving the quiet, secluded retreats of the southern coast, we travel east to the sweltering tropical shores of the KwaZulu-Natal province. Coming in at number 4 is Umhlanga, a city that has experienced one of the most explosive and visually dramatic financial transformations anywhere in the world. Just a few decades ago, this area was mostly covered in rolling hills of sugarcane. Today, it has completely eclipsed the neighboring city of Durban to become the ultimate financial powerhouse and luxury playground of South Africa's eastern seaboard. If Plettenberg Bay is the Riviera, Umhlanga is undeniably the Miami of Africa. It is a city of blindingly white skyscrapers, exotic supercars, and a highly aggressive, fast-paced new money culture. The wealth in Umhlanga was largely born out of a massive corporate exodus. As the inner city of Durban deteriorated, the biggest banks, international corporate headquarters, and ultra-wealthy residents migrated north, pouring billions of dollars into developing the Umhlanga Ridge. This created an ultra-modern, hyper-secure urban utopia, overlooking the warm Indian Ocean. The skyline is dominated by futuristic glass towers and massive luxury developments. At the heart of this retail and financial empire is the Gateway Theater of Shopping, one of the largest and most extravagant luxury malls in the Southern Hemisphere, where you can find everything from high-end European designer boutiques to indoor wave pools. However, the true jaw-dropping wealth is heavily concentrated right on the coastline. The Umhlanga Promenade is a multi-million-dollar strip of pristine real estate flanked by five-star luxury resorts, and most notably the legendary Oyster Box Hotel, a ridiculously lavish colonial-style palace where European royalty and Hollywood A-listers stay when visiting the continent. The residential apartment blocks facing the ocean command astronomical prices, purchased by mining magnates and logistics billionaires. On any given weekend, the streets of Umhlanga are a parade of Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and custom G-Wagons, reflecting a culture that loves to flaunt its success. The city perfectly encapsulates the modern African dream, a high-tech, sun-drenched, incredibly wealthy metropolis where the temperature is hot, but the economy is even hotter. Dropping into the top 3, we head back to the Western Cape to a town that proves ultimate wealth doesn't need skyscrapers to be powerful. At number 3 is Stellenbosch. On the surface, this is South Africa's second oldest town, famously known for its breathtakingly beautiful oak-lined streets, centuries-old Cape Dutch architecture, and a sprawling, world-class university. However, hiding behind this quiet, historic, and deeply academic facade is one of the highest concentrations of billionaires and centimillionaires in all of Africa. Stellenbosch is the absolute epicenter of South African old money, but in recent years, it has also aggressively morphed into the continent's premier tech hub, earning the nickname the Silicon Valley of Africa. The financial power of Stellenbosch is anchored by a select group of extremely wealthy, fiercely private families who control massive global empires in luxury goods, banking, and retail. The most prominent resident is Johan Rupert, frequently ranked as South Africa's richest man, and the chairman of the Swiss luxury goods firm Richemont, which owns brands like Cartier and Montblanc. The wealth here is staggering, but it is heavily disguised. The billionaires of Stellenbosch don't live in flashy penthouses. Instead, they own colossal, sprawling wine estates that stretch for thousands of acres into the jagged, purple-hued Simonsberg Mountains. These estates function as highly fortified, private paradises featuring Michelin-star dining, helipads, and private underground art galleries that house collections worth tens of millions of dollars. Estates like De Laer Graaf are literal monuments to extreme luxury, all blending high-end diamond boutiques with world-class vineyards. Adding fuel to this massive financial fire is the Technopark, an innovation hub that has attracted a tsunami of venture capital and tech startups. Wealthy graduates from the university are launching global fintech and software companies right from the valley, creating a massive influx of brilliant, young, new money that perfectly complements the traditional, generational wealth. The lifestyle in Stellenbosch is the ultimate expression of refined, whispered luxury. It's about spending a Tuesday afternoon participating in private wine auctions, driving vintage classic cars through the winding mountain passes, and doing multi-million-dollar venture capital deals on the verandas of 300-year-old historic manors. And it is an exclusive club where entry requires far more than just money. It requires serious pedigree. Taking the silver medal is a city that needs almost no introduction. Coming in at number 2 is the globally iconic mother city, Cape Town. While the city as a whole faces extreme economic inequality, its wealthiest enclaves represent a level of luxury and real estate value that is completely unmatched anywhere else on the continent. Cape Town is the ultimate international trophy asset. Its wealth is driven by a massive influx of foreign capital, as Russian oligarchs, European aristocrats, and American tech billionaires aggressively compete to buy up the absolute best pieces of land. The geography of the city, cradled tightly between the massive, imposing cliffs of Table Mountain and the freezing, turbulent waters of the Atlantic Ocean, means that prime real estate is incredibly scarce, driving prices to astronomical, mind-bending heights. The absolute epicenter of Cape Town's wealth is the world-famous Atlantic seaboard, a winding stretch of coastline universally referred to as Millionaire's Row. Suburbs like Clifton, Camps Bay, Bantry Bay, and Fresnay feature the most expensive square meterage in Africa. The architecture here defies gravity. Because there is no flat land left, developers blast directly into the sheer granite cliffs to build colossal, multi-level glass and steel mega mansions. These homes routinely sell for anywhere between $10 and $30 million. They are equipped with James Bond-level luxury features, pneumatic glass elevators, subterranean car vaults to house collections of hypercars, private cinemas, and heated infinity pools that visually spill over the cliffs right into the ocean. Clifton's 4 famous beaches are the playground for international models, movie stars, and the global elite, anchoring an ultra-exclusive lifestyle that rivals Monaco or the Amalfi Coast. Beyond the dramatic cliffs of the Atlantic seaboard, the wealth spills over into the V&A waterfront, a pristine, hyper-secure harbor development. The waterfront is home to an exclusive marina specifically designed to dock the massive, multi-level super yachts of visiting billionaires. It is surrounded by penthouses, 6-star hotels like the Silo Hotel, and high-end boutiques selling rare diamonds and limited edition Rolexes. The wealth in Cape Town is incredibly loud, fiercely international, and intensely glamorous. It is a city where helicopters constantly buzz overhead, ferrying VIPs from the airport directly to their cliffside mansions, or completely bypassing the traffic below. Cape Town isn't just a city, it is a globally recognized luxury brand, offering a high-stakes, high-adrenaline lifestyle in what is arguably the most breathtakingly beautiful urban setting on Earth. Finally, we have reached the undisputed heavyweight champion of African wealth. Coming in at number 1 is a city born from the largest gold rush in human history, a sprawling, hyper-aggressive metropolis that drives the economy of the entire continent, Johannesburg. While Cape Town has the mountains and the oceans, Johannesburg has the money, pure, unapologetic, hard capitalism. Specifically, the astronomical wealth of this massive city is heavily concentrated in its northern suburbs, anchored by the ultimate financial fortress known as Sandton. Universally recognized as the richest square mile in Africa, Sandton is the financial beating heart of the continent, housing the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, the headquarters of Africa's largest banks, and the central offices of massive global mining conglomerates. The sheer scale of the money flowing through Johannesburg is difficult to comprehend. The skyline of Sandton is a dense forest of ultra-modern, glass-clad skyscrapers that light up the high-veld sky. At street level, the epicenter of this extreme consumerism is the Sandton City Mall, specifically the Diamond Walk. This heavily guarded retail sector is packed with the flagship stores of Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, and Dolce & Gabbana, catering exclusively to the city's massive population of billionaires, mining tycoons, and international diplomats. The streets are a constant roaring parade of armored Mercedes-Benz G-Wagons, Rolls-Royces, and aggressively driven supercars, perfectly reflecting the fast-paced, high-stakes hustle culture that defines the city. In Johannesburg, money isn't quiet. It is loud, fast, and intensely competitive. However, the true mind-bending residential wealth is hidden just minutes away from the corporate skyscrapers in hyper-elite, fortress-like suburbs such as Sandhurst and Hyde Park. Real estate here operates on a completely different level of extreme security. The mansions in Sandhurst are colossal, sprawling estates hidden behind massive 30-foot walls, electrified fencing, and guardhouses staffed by heavily armed private military contractors. Inside these compounds, you will find properties that rival the most extravagant estates in Beverly Hills or Dubai, featuring underground bowling alleys, private nightclubs, panic rooms, and extensive panic room bunkers. Because traffic in the city can be chaotic and security is paramount, the ultra-wealthy completely bypass the roads. Then the skies above Johannesburg are constantly buzzing with private helicopters, ferrying the city's elite from the rooftops of their Sandton office towers directly to the helipads on their sprawling Sandhurst lawns. Johannesburg is a city of extreme, razor-sharp contrasts. It is dangerous, it is electric, and it is undeniably the ultimate apex of African wealth, power, and high-end living. From the heavily guarded, ultra-luxurious safari lodges hidden in the deep bush, to the billionaire cliffside glass mansions overlooking the freezing Atlantic, South Africa shatters every stereotype about the African continent. The wealth here is extreme, the security is intense, and the lifestyle is unmatched anywhere else in the world. It is a country of staggering contrasts, where ultimate luxury exists right alongside the untamed wild. If this inside look at the hidden wealth of the Rainbow Nation surprised you, hit that like button and tell us in the comments, which of these ultra-rich cities would you want to live in? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dives into the most extreme, luxurious, and fascinating places on Earth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.